Hello guys, I welcome you once again to Keja Graphics. Today we are going to learn how to design this simple flyer. Come with me. Okay, as I said, if today is your first time with us, please join this family. You are going to learn more about graphic design on this family page. So join this family as we cruise together to become perfect graphic designers in the future. So what I'm doing now is to blind all the designs I've done now, so that we will do it together for you to gain the mastery in the graphic design. Okay, so the next thing we are doing is we are going to the resources to select our background. Okay, so we go to import. The import will now take us to the gallery. The import is taking us to the gallery. Then when we get to our gallery, that's when we can start importing the backgrounds or the resources that we have there onto the canvas. If you don't know what is a canvas is our working area where we do the graphic design. Okay, that terms as our canvas. So you can see we now put or imported the background onto the canvas. So as we have our canvas here, now we have well positioned the background on it, and the next thing we have to do is to lock it. If you don't lock it, your next design that you'll be doing, it will be kind of juxtaposing or interfering with the recent one that you have done. Then you'll be having a tough time doing it. So for you to avoid that, make sure you lock it. The next thing, you go and select a shape. When you select the shape column, we have a rectangle or a square being given to us by a default. Okay, now the reason why I am bringing this shape on the background is because I want the background to be blurred, because the initial purpose of this design is for us to have it in a beautiful way, but we don't want the background should be more visible, because in doing that it will distract the viewers that will view your design. Then in or at the end, then the aim will not be achieved, even though we want to communicate and the message to them. So the background is not in a way needed now. That is why we are laying emphasis that even though we need the background is supposed to be blurred, so that the first thing the people will see will probably be the written things on the banner or on the design, or the shapes or the pictures that are being placed on it, and the background will be the last thing that will be observed. In this case, that is why we are coming to blur it, and the strategy I'm using to blur it is probably different from the strategies that others use. Trust me, you have to explore in this graphic designing theory or whatever. You understand, it will help you to discover more for yourself, and trust me, that is how you grow. Don't keen to only what your mentor is teaching you in the terms of graphic designing. So welcome once again. So that is what we are doing. So we first need to select the color black, for us to now go to opacity. You can see the opacity is at 100%, but we have to reduce it a bit for us to be able to see. So if you want to reduce it, make sure the arrow, if we follow the arrow, just slide to your left. Okay, then it will be reduced. As you can see, that is the background, and then that is the layer that is being placed on it, or that is the shape that we place on it. So now we have achieved that. Initially I want it to be 80%, but I found out that after designing the background is too showing, so I will later increase it, okay, to at least 890 or 86 thereabout. Okay, for us to just achieve the blur kind of mechanism. So when you are done, make sure you lock it before you move on to the next design or the next thing that you'll be putting on the canvas. Okay, so we'll still make use of the import here. Then we'll now select our resources. Now make sure before you design, get all your resources down, readily down, before you start the designing. Okay, it will help you to finish designing faster. Okay, get samples down, get resources down, study the thing, know what you will do, finish your designing in your mind before you even start the designing. Okay, it will help you to be a fast designer with a quality outcome. Okay, so as you can see, what I'm just doing is that I'm bringing the resources on the canvas and I am positioning them, bringing them on the canvas and I am positioning them. That is what I am doing. If today is your first time on the channel Keja Graphics, join this family now. Subscribe, put on your notification bell, and you will love it. Trust me, trust me. So as I've said, I'm just positioning them so that we will have a nice positioning, you understand. So I'm going to select another resource again. I'm going to select another resource again, position it also. One way to position or do the position is just go to the layer panel. Okay, when you go to the layer panel, that is where you can reposition them. So you see I've went to the layer panel. I hope everyone here know what a layer panel is. Okay, you go to your layer panel, then you can reposition it. Are you getting it? Okay, so that is it. So the next thing we have to do is to make use or test, which is the typography. That is one element of graphic design. I believe you all know what element of graphic design is, the principles of graphic design, who a graphic designer is, the tasks performed by a graphic design, and also how to become a perfect or a good graphic designer. I hope you all know that. If you don't know, comment, let me help you. We help each other. So as you can see, I put Kejada as a sample of the design I'm doing. So if you are done or you are designing your own or you are trying your own, kindly use your name. Kofi Clothings, Amina Clothing, Faith Clothing, David Clothing, and what have you. So I want us to change the font for the design. So that's how come we come here and we change it. I think chunk 5 is kind of bold, so we'll go with that one. Then when you are done, you click OK. Okay, you select the chunk 5, then you click OK. So you can see the font has been changed. Okay, so I want it to be a little, so you work on your positioning. That's it. Just work on your positioning. You work on your positioning. So follow. Okay, so I hope you are with me. So that's what we are just doing. We are trying to position them well, but in this case, we are coming to give a background to the clothing. Okay, so you select your background. Okay, that is it. You select your background there. Then you now, I want us to just change the color for the clothing now. So that is what we are just doing. We change the color for the clothing, so I suggest we should use yellow. Okay, you see it may not be that bright. Then we now do the positioning also again. Okay, but in this case I want us to just type everything. So I'm coming to put up what we sell actually. So we are just coming to put it up there. They will know what we sell. So follow me as we do that. Okay, so I hope you are following till this end. If you have any question, don't forget to ask me in the comment section. I'm 24 hours available for your question to answer them. Okay, so this is Keja Graphic. We are just designing a simple flyer. Trust me, we have more complicated one that we'll be doing. So take this one serious. Don't say, oh, this is simple, I can do it. No, no, no. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Be perfect in the little. When you're perfect in the little, then achieving the great one become an easy thing for you to do. Okay, so that is what we are doing, positioning them, positioning them, making sure we have the right positioning. That's what you are just doing. So if today is your first time, once again, consider subscribing, join the family. You are the one I am waiting for. Hit the subscription button, put on your notification bell, and let's design together. I want to give you deal. Okay, so do that and become perfect in graphic design and be receiving deals from me. You understand? So that is it. So you see, designing this become easy thing. So what I'm coming to do here, as I said earlier on, is just trying to increase the opacity for the background or the shape that we use to blur the background. Are you getting it? So that's what you're just doing.